Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is Friday, April 1st. It's April Fool's Day, and Bill got me good this morning. So in the morning when he comes down to tell me good night, or goodbye in the morning, he will have usually done his Wordle already. And he came down and he said, I got the Wordle on the first try. I said, no, you didn't, because I hadn't done it yet. He goes, April Fool's. I'm like, oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah. I'm not much for like pranks or jokes or anything like that. Yeah, some of them can be lighthearted, fine, like that. That was a lighthearted one. People can be pretty nasty though, so let's just get through today, huh? So, I finished the piece last night, the berries and blooms, and I made an entry. Now, yesterday I also came to a decision. Like I said, our journey is fluid. We can do what we want. You don't want to do something, don't do it. If you want to do something, do it. So, do you remember how I was going to stitch the first piece I ever did? And, you know, I flipped through this book again, and didn't that just turn out so good? I love her so much. Yeah. I was going to stitch it, remember? Well, I went to pick the floss out and the fabric, and I'm like, the floss is just so, and I'm like, I don't feel like stitching that again. I wouldn't have picked that design now to stitch. However, because I had bought the kit, I still wanted to journal about it. And that's what this journal is all about. Journaling. Not just putting your stitching in. So, I went ahead. Now, remember this page, I'm going to print out. I asked for a HP sprocket for my birthday from Bill. I'm going to print out a picture of the sunflower I was going to stitch. Put it right there. That will complete that page. And then this page, I really think I want to stitch a spring piece. And I thought about stitching Primrose Cottage stitches. It's like bunnies and something. Yeah, I think because it's got like purple in it. So I'm thinking of doing that. Maybe. We will see. So the next page layout was for my junk food heaven. So this is what I decided to do. This was the cover in the kit. This was the floss in the kit. I just glued it to the page, braided and glued it. And I journaled here and I said, this was my first ever completed cross stitch, 1989. This was originally a refrigerator magnet that resided on my grandparents' fridge until their passing in 2020 and 2021. When we cleaned out their house, I took it back and decided to put it in this journal. And after I wrote this, I came to the realization that while I have pretty decent writing, I like the look of my journaling typed because I can use all kinds of funky fonts and stuff. So in the future, I'm going to be typing it out and then I would glue it on. And then this was the other side. So what I did was I used some vellum. This is the original piece I stitched. It's on like backing board because it was a magnet and I didn't want to try to take it off of there. And then this is the original fabric that was in the kit. And then here's the pattern. I put it in there. And then I also journaled on this side and I said, I found the original kit on eBay in 2022 for $6.99. Here's the original floss fabric and pattern from the kit, 18 count aida for my first project. Let's go. I thought doing the back stitch first would make it easier to then fill in with the cross stitches. Ha. So just trying to like give my first impression because I do remember thinking that. Yeah. And then the next page is blank. The next two pages are blank. Okay. So I decided to use this page, this side and this side, for the piece. So I decided to put the front of the pattern that shows their model. Up here I did my fabric that I used, and then down here I put, for the berries, what color floss colors, the blooms, what floss colors, and then here is the actual. So I, put it on scrapbook paper for both, and then these were the stickers I got. Now these stickers are so cool. If I turn it upside down, do you see the glitter moving? Like, they're puffy stickers and the glitter moves inside of it. So if you move this around, the glitter moves around. That's so cool. So the stickers say smile and then life is good. I think it turned out good. So this is what I finished stitching yesterday, the bloom. Yeah. So another 2 pages done, and just, oh, I need to like date that. I need to write the date somewhere. Okay, I need to remember to do that. But yeah, so my book is coming along. So now that I'm not going to stitch the junk food magnet, what am I going to stitch next? That is the $20,000 question, right? So last night I looked through my patterns, and I'm just so in love with the DMC Color Variations that I knew I wanted to do something with that. So I decided I'm going to do, and I've already cut the pattern up. Yeah, pearl clutching, exactly. I've already cut the pattern up because I'm going to use the top and bottom in the journal entry. So I am stitching, I'm going to start Luminous Fiber Arts Gathering Honey. This is the newest one. Don't you love it? And I have the buttons coming from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. There's 2 buttons that you can put there. I hope I don't think I got 2 of the same button though, so I'm gonna have to think about that. What I might do, see, I like using cool buttons, so I'm gonna have to like think about that. But I will definitely put buttons there instead of stitching. And they used Belle Soie. No. I am actually going to stitch it on 18 count Stonewashed Aida from Seraphim Fabrics, and you really can't tell. There, that gives it better. I've used this fabric before. I think I used it for the Sassy Lady one. It's like light blue with some, it's like gray, stonewashed. Yeah, like stonewashed jeans. Magnet needle minder I got from Down Sunshine Lane many years ago. Cute little birdie, St. Patrick's Day birdie. But the floss I'm using is DMC Color Variations 4128. So it is like, looks like honey. So I'm hoping that will look good and won't be too light. We will see. I mean, they stitched this almost on a white. So yeah, I think it'll look good. And I'll be using 1 strand of floss because that's how I roll with 18 count now. So do you remember I was going to stitch, the piece I'm going to take to, because I figure I could have this done before I go to the retreat. The retreat is 3 weeks away. Remember, the retreat piece I'm going to take is this one. Now, what I cut off of that pattern was I cut off this up here and then the title, because I want to use that in my journaling, in my junk journal. So we'll see how that comes into play. I decided I'm not going to stitch it on perforated paper. No. I'm going to use the 14 count Aida, the DMC printed Aida in the sandstone, because I have like 5 or 6 of those. I think it'll look really good. This will pop on that. Yeah. And I decided too, I'm going to take my Lowry corner clamp and my table clamp because that worked so good last time, and I know I'll be able to fit that easily in my suitcase. Remember, I said I was trying to take a whole bunch of stuff. So that's the aim. But yeah, I have had quite the busy day here today. So I was up pretty early this morning. I was up at 6:15. Met my dad for breakfast at 8 o'clock. I did a bunch of like my daily chores and stuff like that because I wanted to get as much as I could done, because then we came back here and I did his taxes. Holy crap. It's always like a while doing his taxes. He pays me very well for doing them though. So he left at about, I want to say 10:30ish. And then I was dealing with some work stuff. I still had laundry to put away. I had already felt like I had had a full day. Like I had done a lot in those 4 hours. But it was good to see him. I hadn't seen him in person since Christmas, so it was good to see him. I talked to him a couple times a week on the phone, but not the same, right? So did that. Like I said, doing house stuff. I talked to Bill, just doing more stuff. I did the 2 junk journal pages, looking at more emails and work, and because we have jobs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Let me pause 1 second. I'm telling you, I don't know how people run their day-to-day lives. I really don't. How do you not keep track of how many pages you edit or proofread in a week? I want to get paid, so I keep track of that stuff on the daily. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll never get it. Deep breath there. I don't even remember what I was saying. I guess what I was doing during the day. So then I went out to the bank to deposit the money my dad had paid me, because he paid me in cash. And then I had some cash from Christmas still. So I'm like, let me get that in the bank. And because I deposited through the ATM. So I'm on the way home. And I got behind this truck that had Final Destination written all over that. So I got out from behind that. No, I'm not going to be in Final Destination 7. Let's not. So if you've seen those movies, you know what I'm talking about. The first scene in like every movie, like this truck had these logs on it. Yeah, this truck had like 800 ladders and no, nope, no. So I hope to get some stitching done. Maybe not tonight, but tomorrow. Bill is going to be gone for part of the day, and I have a massage at 1 o'clock. So I'll probably have some time in the morning to get started on that project. So looking forward to that. Okay, no purchases. Nothing has come in the mail, although, like I said, I ordered the buttons, but now I feel like I got to go order like 2 buttons. Damn it. I'll figure that out. Talking point. Okay. So this person says, I have been doing assorted stitching and sewing for nearly 60 years now. And I want to say something that may be an unpopular opinion here. You know, when you type those words, if you have to type those words, you already know it's going to be an unpopular opinion, right? She says, I like the imperfections. I like when it looks hand stitched. I like when a bit of the fabric peeks out to show the texture of the stitches. I do this because I like that look. I do this to relax and keep my hands busy with not snacking. I don't care how the back looks if no one but me will ever see it. I don't mind that the precision matters to many of you, and I enjoy being introduced to the variety of projects you are working on and how the equipment and sources evolve. I love knowing what inspires you, but I'm a bit intimidated to share my work because I know my choices would really bug some of you, and that would make me sad. Well, here's what I would say to that person. Share away, because everyone should be staying in their own fucking lane and not saying anything negative. If you don't like trust me, there have been plenty of projects that I have not cared for, but I would never dream of saying that. No, because that's just not appropriate. It's rude. You don't do that. So a bunch of people commented and said, I like the imperfections. And hey, now I like my stitching to look as neat as I possibly can without stressing over it. When I went to do the junk journal, however, I vowed for it that it was not going to be like perfect all the time. And it's not. It is a place to be creative, and that's okay if it's not perfect. What do you guys, what do you guys think about that? There are a lot of people that agreed. We stitch to please ourselves. I'm a perfectionist, but my work isn't all perfect. Yeah, you should never be afraid to share anything in a group for fear of ridicule. No, you really shouldn't. Okay. And then the OMG moment. So Christine Brown posted in Cross Stitch Unlimited, "This is how useful this present was. I have not gotten the colors I need, but I've just color matched as it's for backstitch only. This is going to be invaluable for me. Thank you, big sis." So apparently her big sister stitched her a pillow that has all of the DMC colors on it and the numbers. I'm going to try to get you close up. See that pillow? Look at that. It's like having a stitched color card. Because here is the close-up portion where she matched the purple. She didn't have that color, but that's close enough. 333. Yeah, wowza, right? Isn't that so cool, that pillow? I saw that and was like, oh my. Absolutely love that. And I know many of you are stitching like temperature charts and things like that. That is so very cool. But now there are so many DMC colors. Holy hell, that would be a while. That would be a while. Okay. Today we are going to do a motivational story. And it's a shorty, but a good one. Because I've already perused it. This table's not big enough. All right. I'm still reading the book, The Dream Job. It's pretty good. Okay. So, motivational story. This one is a recipe for success. And this story, again, illustrates the point that it is never too late. It really isn't. It's never too late to realize your dreams or to start something. Once there was an older man who was broke, living in a tiny house, and owned a beat-up car. He was living off of $99 Social Security checks. Holy moly, that is not a lot of money. At 65 years of age, he decided things had to change. So he thought about what he had to offer, right? His friends raved about his chicken recipe. He decided that this was his best shot at making a change. He left Kentucky and traveled to different states to try to sell his recipe. He told restaurant owners that he had a mouth-watering chicken recipe. He offered the recipe to them for free, just asking for a small percentage on the items sold. And that sounds like a good deal, right? Unfortunately, not to most of the restaurants. He heard no over 1,000 times. Even after all of those rejections, he didn't give up. He believed his chicken recipe was something special. He got rejected 1,009 times before he heard his first yes. With that one success, Colonel Heartland Sanders changed the way Americans eat chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken, popularly known as KFC, was born. So the moral of the story, kids, remember, never give up and always believe in yourself in spite of rejection. I mean, 1,000 times he was told no. If you really think that you have something valuable to offer and give, you never give up. There are many actors and actresses that have been told no many, many times. And they're hugely successful now. So never give up. And like I said, it's never too late. He was 65 years old. I mean, if that doesn't give you hope, I don't know what does. Yeah. All right. Let's close that. And ooh, I need some sleep or coffee. Need coffee. How are we going to continue to unfuck ourselves in 2022? Oh, that was a good tear. Human beings are much more engrossed with the task of getting to the goal than actually achieving it, or God forbid, facing the horror of having to permanently deal with life after they've done something. They've done this something they'd always wanted to do. I have talked about this with Bill. We were just talking about this last night. You know, the goalpost always moves, constantly moves, because when you get something you want, then there's something else you want. Yeah, people are much more engrossed with the journey of getting somewhere and doing something than actually what do you do once you get there. Yeah. The joy is in the journey though, right? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying right now. It's April Fool's Day. But no, tonight I am very much looking forward to dinner. Bill and I are driving the boat that he has to sell down to his work tonight so he can go there and paint the floor tomorrow. And there is a German restaurant right around the corner that we both love. And they have a drink. It's like, I want to say it's like a hard cider. Now it's $14 for the bottle. That's not being frugal, but I love it so much. And I only get it there. I've only seen it there. So I hope they have it. We are going there for dinner. Now, I usually get sour beef and dumplings, but the last time I didn't like the sour beef. I'm going to get something different this time. But we had to make a reservation because it is a small restaurant. So they get kind of filled up, especially on a Friday night. But we've been there a handful of times and it's so good. So I'm very much looking forward to that tonight. So I hope you guys all have a good Friday. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.